this shit. Tell them crackers I bleed the fifth. Bring that fire like Prometheus. I ain't tripping off that measly shit. Dubba keep the fifth. Malak just got some bullets. They heat seeking shit.
12 and
music video or what?
Bro, what are you talking about?
Maybe in a music video.
This ain't no damn music video. What are you talking about?
What you filming?
What does it matter?
I just want to know.
What's your nationality?
What do you mean?
Who's your father?
That's black.
He's black?
Yeah.
What about you?
What? What do you think?
Okay, great.
Come on, dog.
Give me an ass.
Come on, dog.
Well, this message is for you, actually. We have a message for him, but I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah,
You believe in the Bible?
I read the Holy Bible.
Yeah, that's what we read.
Okay.
You believe in the Bible, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. Give me that Deuteronomy 28. We're teaching that our people, you see people up here,
Yes, sir.
Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are the children of the Bible.
Right.
This is our history. We can prove that our history is found in this Bible. So before slavery, before all that, this is our history right here. So even though we lost our heritage through slavery, quote unquote, through the Spirit, we read this book, we read about the prophecies in the Bible, we believe in prophecy, right? You know what that is?
You ain't lost the heritage, you got it right in the book.
I'm sorry?
You ain't lost the heritage, just
But I'm saying though, people read it, they don't see themselves in it. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Because people are talking that, oh, we're all Gentiles.
Yeah.
Exactly. And people over there in Israel, those are the Jews.
No, fuck people
You know
saying
what I
like
mean?
it's only a white person's book. That's a book.
Whatever.
That's a book for everybody.
That's irrelevant. Oh, the book's not for everybody.
That's a book for anybody.
There is life over this.
Anybody who wants to read
Everybody
it.
that's in the Bible, every book in the Bible is written about this period. Give me that. Let's give you one verse. What do you think?
Guys, what verse?
We're gonna get to what you think. I want to hear what you think. It's not time for that. I'm gonna get because we don't have much time. So we're about to close out. I know you walk by, but I'm gonna educate you real quick since you're our people.
Deuteronomy.
We
a flyer.
We don't read you the main verse to prove that
I like the hat.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Listen to him.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
Right
ships.
here. What does Egypt mean in the Bible that you're familiar with?
I'm not sure, but I know it's not the Holy Land because I thought Jerusalem was.
Exactly. But what happened in Egypt with Israel?
I know that Egypt.
They were in slavery, right? Moses had to deliver them out of Egypt,
For a long
right?
time.
Yeah.
Before that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that flyer, brother. So, yeah, give me
See
that
that?
real quick.
It's Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord
What's
thy
your name?
God.
Jack? Nice to
Yes,
meet
sir.
you, Jack. Read this again.
I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Right. Egypt is bondage to the Israelites. So let's read this other verse again and interpret it through that lens. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
What does that mean?
Ships.
Ships. What? Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt means what? We just gave it to end of slavery. So God's going to bring the Israelites into slavery on ships. What does that remind you of? So who's this talking about?
America.
Who was on those boats?
Slaves.
No, who was on those boats according to the Bible?
Slaves that
According
came
to the
to
Bible,
Bible.
slaves that came from Israel.
Israelites. Those are
Yeah, Israelites.
So your dad's a so-called Hebrew man, right? So he would be an Israelite.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you. This is our history. This is one verse. There's thousands of verses I can go to. This is the main verse though. Keep reading though. It's gonna get very specific. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So you're not gonna see the old Egypt anymore again. You're gonna see this new Egypt. Read.
I listen to.
And there,
You're already. I mean, you're listening right now.
Well, I'm with my friend.
I know. I'm addressing him because
I know.
this message is for him.
No,
I can give you your message in a second.
But-
Be patient.
Yeah,
I'm gonna definitely give you a
I
message.
never learned anything.
And there-
I just want to learn.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
I'm at my place to learn.
Great.
all I'm asking for.
You're right next to him. I'm addressing him because this is for him.
sir.
Your people didn't come on slave ships. So I'm
I
talking
know.
to him first. Go
That's
ahead.
all I'm asking
And
for.
there,
is to be with my
ye
friend.
shall be sold.
You actually be the slave master, but we don't get to that. Go ahead.
And
But
there,
I don't want to do that. Come on.
It's not a problem.
That's not
I
my
didn't
goal.
say you did it. I'm just saying you would be considered that. Go ahead.
Maybe my ancestors, who I'm ashamed of.
Absolutely.
Fuck them.
We don't do
Fuck
that.
those fuckers.
Go ahead.
and there ye
I
shall
don't
be
like that
sold
shit.
unto your
So-
enemies.
So when you get off these ships, you're gonna be sold to your enemies.
Okay.
That's self-explanatory, right?
with that.
And that's what I'm getting at. So if the Israelites were sold on slave ships, or put on slave ships and sold to their enemies, who were the enemies at that time?
It would be the white people for sure.
Absolutely. That's plain. So
I
this
ain't-
would be your
I'm not.
You're saying there's
I ain't denying that.
For bond men and bond
Go ahead.
women.
I just want you to keep reading.
Go ahead.
Keep reading.
For
that.
bond men and bond women,
Slave men and slave women, read.
and no man shall buy you.
Meaning what? Nobody's going to redeem you.
Hey, that's how
When
it
you look
should
at
be.
the history of
Nobody's
the quote-unquote civil rights movement, things like that, Marcus Garvey,
Just
what
no-
happened? We built up infrastructures. We try to embody everybody, come this way.
Nobody's perfect.
Malcolm X, things like that, Martin Luther King. Nobody's going to get us out of this captivity. Because why? Only who the world calls Christ is going to do it.
Right.
That's what it is. How do you feel about that?
Just
Do you
nobody.
agree with this?
Yeah, some type of
I
way,
agree.
but I think that's there's a lot of power behind that.
That's right.
I believe
That's
so.
right.
That's the point. That's why I read it to you. That's the first verse. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when you read the Bible, when you recognize that you're a person in the Bible,
Yeah.
when you read the laws of God, first and foremost, that's the heritage. You may have Deuteronomy 33.
Hit different, bro. When you read
Exactly.
it.
You see it through a different
No, for sure.
light.
For sure, yeah.
Not, oh, you go to New Testament only, oh, I'm a Gentile. Oh, like, what? No, that's not.
No, yeah, you gotta read the
The
whole
Gentiles in
story.
the New Testament are Israelites as well.
That's right.
Give me that.
Deuteronomy 33 and 4.
Go ahead.
Moses commanded us a law,
Moses commanded the Israelites a law. Read.
even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
That's the Israelites' inheritance, meaning what? Our heritage, our inheritance is the laws of God. Moses came down from the mountain, gave them the Ten Commandments, gave them extra laws outside of that to live by. Why? For them to prosper and live according to the laws of God. The will of God. That's the laws of God's will. So how do you feel about that?
I don't feel a certain type of way because what do you think about the Pakistani brothers?
What about them?
Like,
They be considered people that are Israelites. Those would be considered Elomites, if you want to call them.
what do you think is happening in Jerusalem right now? Like, what do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Yeah. What do you think about the history between brothers between a slightly different cause and a little bit different taste, and how they retrieve what information you're speaking right now?
Well, they would
What
hate.
would you think about that?
They would say we're Gentiles, right? Because they think they're the Jews. And literally, the people over there don't believe in the Bible. They say they're Jews, but if a Jew walked by right now, I'm like, hey, what tribe are you from?
He ain't believing
I
in
don't know.
Jesus.
Well, they don't know,
I know
because
that.
they don't believe in the Bible. They don't fit the prophecies of the Bible.
But how would you interpret him into your world?
I would tell him
and
that
then
he's a
try to
liar
make people
and he stole our heritage. That's all.
That's right. So you would tell Jews straight up, they just stole your heritage.
Of course.
That's right.
I believe in Jesus
They,
too.
they funded the slave trade.
That's right.
You know the ships were named after Jewish people. You familiar with that?
Fuck the Santa
You can look that
Maria. Fuck the Santa Ana. Fuck all those ships.
I mean, those are
Fuck those shit.
those were Spaniards doing that. But the whole transatlantic slave trade didn't just happen from the British people. It was the Portuguese, the Spanish, the French, the Dutch, the English. Multiple people were involved in it. That's why the English people brought certain West Africans over. Spaniards went to over here and brought Native Indians and Aztec and people back to Spain and Hawaii and Philippines. All people. It was all
No lies told.
a translated slave trade means what? It's
Yeah.
all is back and forth.
Transatlantic
You know what I mean?
slave
Yeah,
trade
no.
made it
So,
all mixed up.
yeah,
that
so-
shit was fucked up.
So how I feel
Fuck
about
all
those people
that
over
shit.
there, I believe it's prophecy of God that the land wasn't going to have peace till the real Israelites get back. That's
That's
what
right.
the Bible.
To respect your translation, though,
Alright.
what if someone else read this in a different way, saw it in a different view than you,
Uh-huh.
still believe in the good principles of it, but saw it in a
Principles?
different way? Yeah.
Principles like what?
Principles of teach everyone
Kind of
equal to
drunk.
each
I'm
other.
just trying to listen
Equal?
to my friend
Yeah.
right now.
The Bible doesn't say people are equal.
Sorry, guys. I'm being
But what if they treat people as equals? What if they said,
Treat people as equals?
yeah, how about,
What do you mean? What's the definition of treat somebody as your equal?
let me say this. How about when Jewish people were thought of as less of?
When?
Are you talking about the early 20s?
You talking about in Europe?
I'm talking about New York and the United States.
Early 20s, like Europe.
They were thought of less than?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you sure?
To this day, Jewish people are still thought of less than.
How?
Are you kidding me?
Where? How? How they run everything? How they
Right.
They don't care about that.
Nazi
They were
propaganda
less
back
than
in the
people.
day?
Who?
I'm not saying it's the
Where?
worst propaganda.
They were
A lot of-
thought of as less than or treated as less than.
Treated
Because listen.
Compared
Because
to
they weren't
Christian
on
white
Jesus'
males?
What's that?
because they
I'm
were
not trying to
they weren't
defend
a
my
Christian
own
faith.
self.
They don't
like-
believe in Christianity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They believe in Judaism. You know what that is?
Yes.
Because a lot of them don't believe in the New Testament.
No,
You
not at
familiar
all.
with that, right?
not-
Way different. Yeah.
But you're familiar with that, right?
Yes.
But
So,
the point-
but that has nothing to do with the Bible, how people treat them or how people view them.
And that
What about how
should-
they view you? You know how they view you?
It shouldn't
No,
be
it's
part
way
of the
different.
Bible.
They view you as less than, right?
No,
That's right.
Color of skin is
All I'm
different.
saying
That's
is,
not about color of skin, it's about your lineage. They,
right.
If they believe that they're Jews,
Everyone
they
got
believe
that
that you're a heathen, which is what we believe as well. We believe they're heathen, but We don't have to come up to them and slap in the face or curse them out. We don't do that.
No, they don't get that type of treatment. I'm just talking about.
But we don't do that. We don't treat them like that either. If somebody comes up there and dialogues with us, like you're dialoguing with us, or he's dialoguing with us, we're gonna take our time and figure out what you believe in, or whatever the case may be, and go to the Bible. We don't have to go to the Bible all the time. We can talk about common history, things like that, and get to the bottom of what you believe in, your morality, things like that. But our particular standpoint stands on the Bible. Right. But when you want to talk about Jewish people, there was no time in history in America where they were treated as less than.
No,
that's a fact.
I can completely.
Is that true?
No.
As a matter of fact,
true.
you know how many Liebermans, how many Jewish people are part of the
right.
Senate and
No.
in the legislation,
Hold on.
in the legislation branch of the
And I've been
government.
privileged.
There's so many Jewish
I've been
people.
We don't get there. He's asking the question. We're gonna answer his question. We don't get to you.
I'm saying, from my point of view,
No,
I'm
I
not trying
agree
to
with
say
that.
that Jewish people are infringing on anything like that we have over here. What I'm saying is they weren't treated as such equal to the white person.
You talking about like Irish people though? Those were Jews.
But
I'm talking about Jews.
I just feel like
How were they treated though? Can you give me an example?
they were treated less than. They weren't given the equal opportunities. Not saying they were
Well,
given
you know
not
what,
given
though?
equal rights. They were given the same type. They were given the same type of rights.
some new
as the
Jewish
white
people
person.
growing
But
up.
they play like that, though.
In reference to
treated
what
less
though?
than.
In reference to what? Treated in what way though? They weren't allowed to buy certain things?
No, I've seen
allowed to
Jewish
join
kids
certain
made
types of
fun of
clubs. They
shit.
weren't trying to-
Like,
Oh, well, like the
join
British
certain
things
types
like
of-
that?
But you know what though?
nah,
Join
like
certain
people
types of-
making fun of
some
motherfuckers
communities,
because they
certain
Jewish.
type of school.
I mean, that happens.
I don't like that shit though.
Did
Like,
it happen to black people?
That's
yes,
right.
and I don't like that shit either. I don't
But
want
did-
it to happen to
but-
anybody.
Okay, then so from that standpoint,
It's
moving forward,
disgusting regardless either way.
and just talking about America,
Yeah.
talking about America, right?
Yes.
The Jewish man is in power right now,
Yes,
right?
yes. That's not
They
what
run the newspapers, they run the TV, they run the radio. How they do that?
Because they gained the power and they kept working.
They gain the power.
Them motherfuckers was smart, I think, or something. I don't know.
Hard work. Hard
Kept
work.
going at it.
I don't
How
know
did white
enough
people
of
get this
them,
land
but
again?
fucking, I'm a little too dumb to understand.
Right.
So, do they belong here legally?
Legally,
Legally.
we're talking about nowadays or way back then?
Just in
We're
general.
talking about both of us.
I can't talk about
Native
nowadays,
Americans
because
that
they
belong
created
here.
a system.
Be
You
real.
can talk about someone's ancestors and say they
No.
don't
Of course I can.
Either
Of
of
course
us
I can.
belong.
say they don't belong to.
Because they stole this land. That's the only reason why they're here.
But you can't blame someone's offspring for what the.
Of course I can. Does the Bible do that?
That's right.
Give me that in Job. Give me that in Job
Hey,
19.
Are the
Let's go to the
Hey,
Bible.
hey, I don't want to
Hold
argue.
on, man.
I don't want to
Are
argue.
their descendants benefiting from what their ancestors have done?
Of course. Of course.
No,
I'm
no.
not saying that. I'm not saying
It's-
they're in the right or they're in the wrong. All I'm saying.
Are
is,
they in the right?
No.
Now,
So not in the wrong
I
either?
just said I'm
No.
not saying they're in the right.
Completely
or in the
shameful
wrong.
for my ancestors.
all I'm saying is
just morally though, is that right? What they did?
for
You're talking
everyone
about
to
their
be
ancestors
Of
or
course.
what their
Of course.
grandparents.
It is. They are. The grandparents are the ancestors.
It's not the same person. You gotta
How you figure?
You gotta think nowadays.
Oh, it's a
You
different
walk up
person.
to any
Who?
person, like,
He done the whole job that his
land, or you're
ancestors
gonna-
have done?
or you're
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you that to every white person I see.
That's right.
And
Why
that's
not?
and
Why
you
not?
can feel that way.
Just tell me why you feel that way.
We just referenced it earlier, right?
Yeah.
He said it earlier out of his own mouth. We benefit. You have benefits, right? You have privileges, right?
Yeah.
White privilege. That's a thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for certain things,
Do
for
black
sure.
people have privileges?
And
Why
they're
not?
not as much,
Because white
but
men
for
make the
certain
rules,
things,
right?
a little bit.
It's not the white man. It's just
It's not the white man. Who
people
makes
in
the
power.
rules here?
The people in power.
Who's people in power?
Most of the white men,
Come on,
which
come
is
on, Jack.
fucked up, which I did.
How'd they get the power?
Because they took it.
By force, right?
Because
By killing people, right?
because generations
So,
of
moving
white
forward-
people taking power, which is fucked up, which I disagree with.
But
which I
it's too late to go back. from that,
Exactly.
though,
No,
right?
no, I completely agree.
So
but
here's the thing.
the
You're trying
reason- the reason
but
is
I'm referencing his
generations-
point.
Oh yeah.
It's generations doing it. It's not because of a friend
Number
like
one.
mine.
No, go
who's-
ahead, please.
but it's not a friend who's doing it.
And I got a point too.
It's
Go ahead, go ahead.
generations who have continued to treat
why
you like
why
that.
were Jewish people treated a certain way?
That's
The
not
white
right.
people did that to each other, man.
They
If
did
you-
that to
a lot of
if
each
you-
other,
if you
yeah.
weren't if you weren't what's called WASP, which is white
Perfect
Anglo,
in everything.
white
And rich.
White
Yeah.
Anglo-Saxon
Yes.
Protestant,
And well,
you were treated a certain different way within themselves.
100%.
Yeah,
You
I
understand
agree.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I
But
understand. Yeah.
they were still up higher than who are us, blacks, Hispanics,
On
Native
everyone. Yeah.
Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I know exactly what you're saying.
they got a pecking order within themselves.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because you're.
You know what I mean?
That's the only
Yeah,
point I'm
exactly.
trying to make.
And,
They
and
just-
that's what I was
Even
referencing.
between themselves,
They got a pecking
Exactly.
order.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
people
man,
look at
that's all right. Come
the
on.
British
Yeah,
crown
that's
as
only trying- that's-
above
Well, you know-
certain other white people, right?
Can't get a
Even that's
little-
kind of
little dap up?
pseudo as well. That's made up.
been
Because
get-
the
you've been
British people,
disrupted,
I mean,
disrupted,
white
man.
has kept black people
Disrupted.
rule Europe before them. Literally, like,
Fuck all that
that's
shit.
historical. Black people in Europe. Exactly.
I'm not gonna speak on British.
Well, I'm just saying as far as the hierarchy
Missed out
of
on
Europeans.
I'm not gonna speak
$20
on England because I know you need it. There's like a different type of history than us. They have a way worse colonial history.
Well, no, that's where Americans come from, though.
No,
The British people came from Europe
Yeah,
and came to America and then severed ties through what? The Civil War. The Civil War was about slavery, and there was also
we severed ties with England between the American Revolution.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Civil War, Revolutionary War, French War, and the Spanish War.
Revolution and the French War.
Revolutionary
It's not
War
really about
separated us from
But they were still
England.
Britons, though.
Yeah, but
There were still white people fighting against white people. That's the point.
But we were also still a country as like white
Exactly.
people.
The Revolutionary War. That's what I mean. The Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
They're the same people fighting against each other. Why? Because they don't want to send their profits back or whatever the case may be. They want to sever tie. They want to own what they keep in America.
What about the Southerners?
Who?
The Southerners who like left.
Who?
And didn't
Southern
have,
who?
Southern slave owners who left and didn't have anything after they left, and not to.
They didn't have anything after they left.
No. They deserve nothing. But like.
You know they got reparations for that?
That's right.
Slave owners got reparations for freeing slaves. You familiar with that?
I'm open to new ideas.
But have you heard of it before?
No, I
That's
haven't.
what
So
happened.
explain it.
You know they made $4 trillion off of slavery, right?
That's some fuck shit.
Nowadays, 4 trillion back.
$4 trillion in that time.
That's to me. That's some fuck shit. I'm not trying to argue with you.
We're not arguing at all.
I'm just trying to learn some
I'm
shit.
just edifying you.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a little bit
trying
of
to learn
history.
some shit.
You know, so the slave owners got reparations after slavery was abolished. That's madness to me.
And what states?
Yeah.
Was that?
What's that?
What states?
It should have been.
Southern states.
All southern states or like every?
Slave owners. If you had slave owners, you got reparations. Of course.
You got reparations.
But wait, the owners got reparations?
What? Of course. You're losing your.
So the owners who have mistreated people get reparations for the people they've mistreated.
Absolutely.
That's fucking ridiculous. Fuck that.
Because we were listed as what race as a human being,
See,
right?
that's what-
If we're not listed as human, you can treat them as cattle. That's what chattel slavery is. You're a chattel. Put yokes of iron, which is in the Bible as well. Yokes of iron on your neck. You can get that first actually.
Fuck that shit.
Get that in the Bible, how it's prophesied. What you got?
So in 1763, there was a proclamation by King George III. This is before the.
That ain't the Mad George, is it?
This is King George III before the colonies severed ties. Watch this. In response to the Pontiac's rebellion, this is the revolt of the Native Americans led by Pontiac, an Ottawa chief, King George III declared all lands west of the Appalachian Mountains the divide limits of the colonial settlers. This royal proclamation issued on October 7, 1763 closed down colonial expansion westward beyond the Appalachian Mountains. So they were pissed off that too.
So that fucker
Not only because they weren't getting represented, they were getting taxation without representation in the in the parliament in England, but they were mad because they couldn't expand westward. Because King George III already declared that anything western Appalachian Mountains belonged to the Indians.
Exactly.
That was
the people that were here didn't like that. So
Yep.
that's why they went to war with the Revolutionary War, so they can expand west and put everybody under subjection.
Because they heard
I'm not agreeing with King George because that motherfucker was nuts, but he might have said some other shit.
History.
Yep.
But guess what?
They heard there was gold in Ohio.
The history is our history.
On reservations now.
Nowadays, it's our history.
They got put in boarding schools
Drop the
and
paper, let me get
stripped of their heritage just like black people did, right? And the
Come on,
Spanish.
real
Isn't that
journalism.
crazy?
I don't know exactly what they're.
But that's what we
Bring
speak
the
of.
video
And those are our people. Those are your people, even if you believe it or not. Like I said, we're educating you. You're going to go home and resonate on this information.
It's not like it didn't.
And guess what?
Get to know that, yeah.
And does God see that as a wicked act?
That's right.
And what's going to happen for that?
We're going to end up repenting for the sins when the time comes.
They're going to end up repenting for their sins.
Yeah.
What makes you think they're going to do that?
When the time comes, when Judgment Day comes.
So they're going to repent on Judgment Day. How does that work? Can you repent on Judgment Day?
Pop a
Have you ever had
fat
someone
man,
do something wrong to you?
fucked up,
And you think, oh, you know what?
drink a little
This person did something
lean,
wrong.
pop a
I know they did
bean,
something
hello.
wrong. And then you know that they're not gonna admit to you yourself they did something wrong. Have you ever had that happen to you? Or someone did something wrong to you, and they're not gonna admit it to you. When the day comes for the judgment day, they're gonna wish they said something to you. They're gonna wish they acted.
So they're gonna have an opportunity.
They're gonna wish.
So are they gonna have an opportunity to do that?
They're gonna hope they do. I never know. I don't know.
But you just said that though. Of course I do.
How do you know?
It's in the Bible. So you can repent on your deathbed? Is that what you're saying?
You can always say. You should wish.
That's not what God said. I'm gonna say that straight up because how we're telling you you're an Israelite, your friend Tanner is an Edomite. We can do that in the Bible. Like I said, I don't know how much time you got. We've been here for about 4 hours. So you got time? How much time you got? Not a problem. So let's just get into this real quick. Read that real quick.
Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord's going to send the enemies against the Israelites. Read.
In hunger and in thirst.
In hunger and thirst. Read.
And in nakedness. And in want of all things.
Didn't that happen in America?
You know what?
In America. If we want certain things, we have to go to other nations to get it, right? We don't own any business. We can own businesses, but guess what? In order to own a business, we have to put in paperwork to other people, right? Other nations, mainly white people, right? Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Did that happen to black people? Yeah. That's how we know you're Israelites. That's 2 verses we read. But give me that other one. In Job. About Tanner. Let's talk about Tanner real quick before we go. And give me that in Maccabees.
Job 21:19.
First Maccabees 1 about Alexander. Because it talks about Alexander in the Bible. Go ahead.
21:19 it says God laid.
Alexander the Greek. You know about that? Sorry? You know about Alexander?
Alexander what?
The Greek.
The Great?
The Great. He's a Greek, but he's the Great, called the Great.
Yeah, I know
you're familiar with that, right? He's in the Bible. Go ahead.
God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
Read that again.
God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
God lays up his iniquity for his children. So you're talking about the ancestors of the people that own slaves can be held accountable. God says differently. Go ahead.
He rewarded him, and he shall know it.
On a sign. Read that again.
God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
God lays up his iniquity for his children. So God's going to lay up the iniquity of the people's forefathers, the slave masters' forefathers, on the children that they have. That's what it says. Read.
He rewarded him, and he shall know it.
Read the next verse.
His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty.
That's what God says. God's going to lay up the sin of their forefathers on the children that they have. So if they can't be punished right now for it, God's going to punish the children for it. That's what it says. Do you believe that?
That's right.
So they're not going to have a chance to repent. Because, first of all, this is what you told me just now. You said if somebody does something to you and they know it's wrong and they recognize it's wrong, that's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
And then they know it's wrong, but they don't say anything to me, right? So what makes you think that these white people that already got a 400-year head start on us, all the military power, all the infrastructure, what makes you think they're going to be like, man, what our ancestors did, man, we got to give this land back to the Native Americans. We got to get reparations to the black people. How come they didn't get reparations to black people? You know Asians got reparations? Yeah. Yeah, why?
We were at war at the time.
We were at war?
The Japanese people are talking about 1940. Are we talking about the same thing?
But people in America, they were at war with the people in America? Or they did it to protect themselves?
Japanese Americans.
Yeah, but they were Americans though. But they were Americans though, right?
That was a protective measure, absolutely.
I believe it's a protective measure, but
No,
they got reparations.
I'll stand that 100%.
But what's that?
I'll stand behind that 100%.
What? To protect people, put them in cages while they're at war, right?
Japanese people, yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but
I'll stand
understand
behind
though. I understand that as an American. I mean, that's just common war tactics. You're not going to allow people that we're going to war with to have freedom to plot and plan and whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying, black people were in America, along with Hispanics.
Yeah.
They were put in slavery for 300 plus years.
Yeah, for protective reasons. Like,
Huh?
that's different. They were enslaved for like war reasons.
But that's involuntary though.
For manufacturing reasons, that's fucked up. Like,
And they
that's
still
for no
work,
damn reason.
and they still work the railroads right after that.
Yeah.
So they need reparations for what? What did Japanese? What did they need reparations for?
Maybe for their families being broken up. Maybe for their homes being broken apart. It's like the African Americans. I'm not saying they didn't.
But how come we didn't get reparations though?
I'm not saying they didn't. Don't deserve them.
But why can't we get that?
Don't ask me. Ask
Don't
your
ask-
government. Like,
That's my government. It's not my government.
No, That's right.
They don't
It's not your
represent
government.
They don't represent what I
You
believe.
said families getting separated.
Yeah.
Has the American government or the Canadian government given reparations to the Native Americans for all the children that they
Absolutely
stole?
not. No, absolutely
It
not.
took them to boarding houses.
Native American problem is a big problem.
But how
You
come
should
they
bring
don't?
that up
How
to
come they
yourself.
don't do that? How come they don't help them out? What's the difference between the Native
That's a good
Americans
question. You
and
should
the
ask that
Japanese?
to your
I
governing party.
already know the answer.
Well, why don't you bring that up to your governing party that has a
They don't
powerful
care.
voice?
They don't care.
Right? You should care, right? You care.
I care.
You know.
I'm talking to the people. I'm not going to no government building and talking to people that don't give a damn.
You're right, people, right? Why?
Huh?
Why don't you run for that? That's
What? What are you talking about?
if,
Why would I join myself to a government that doesn't give a damn about me?
That's right.
I'm supposed to fight from the inside?
But you have a voice, right?
My voice is going to be used to talk about the Bible, and prophecy is going to happen that America's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Watch
That's
it.
in the Bible.
Watch it.
You can speak on that yourself.
Why would I join a government? Like, give me that Isaiah 13. Give me that.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us,
Get down there.
our eyes has yet failed for our vain help.
Read.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
That's what the Bible says. We're watching for a nation that can't save us. America cannot save us. We're not going to. Of course, we can save ourselves by doing what God says. Not by going to the government. Hey, I want to run for a governor's seat or a senate seat and try to change the laws. No, that's not how it works. The white man respects power and violence. That's it. They don't respect the paper. What? They can rip up. They're trying to rip up the Constitution right now.
That's right.
That's true, right? That's why, like, literally.
I can't deny anything that anyone else does for themselves. All I'm here to say is,
But do you
have
agree
your
with
own
it, though?
voice, right? No, of course not. I agree with the Constitution 100%.
You agree with the Constitution? You know what the Constitution says?
Tell me.
I just said it earlier. That black people are 3/5 of human beings.
That's right.
You believe in that?
No.
So you don't believe in the
And the
Constitution?
Indians are savages.
Absolutely.
Right.
I agree with most of
Do you agree with the Indians are savages too? It says that in the Constitution.
No.
So you don't believe in the Constitution?
I believe most of it's principalities.
Principalities? Okay, do you believe in the Second Amendment?
Yes.
What is that for?
Freedom of speech.
No, that's the first one. Second Amendment.
Oh, bear arms.
What is that for?
It's for the right of the militia
Against who?
against the government.
Interesting.
100,000
Why do we have to militarize against the government?
Because if the government has too much power or control over the people, it should be overtaken.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Do you think that's going to happen? Because you know they got. I'm not sure. How old are you?
I'm 19. I'm in the Marine Corps.
Wow. You're in the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it
So,
How long you been in the Marines?
2 years.
3 years?
2.
Oh, 2 years.
I
Okay.
joined when I was 17.
Okay.
so
Man, listen,
this is a
that's a
bad
cold
time
game.
to be in the
That's
military
it's
right
a
now.
horrible
bro.
time to be in the military.
I love my fucking country.
Listen,
Hey,
that's what we're here to educate you, brother.
you should learn about that.
Listen,
It's good.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know what happened in
was born in a
what was
fucking
it?
happy
Vietnam
fucking
War?
man.
Was
I
it
was
Vietnam
a
War?
fucking-
What's that?
It was Vietnam.
What we saying?
I wasn't speaking on Vietnam. I was just talking
No,
about.
I'll make it a point. I'm gonna make a
talking-
point on that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. I'm talking about my own experience. I'm talking about the Vietnam War. I'll talk about what I have to say on that when I got information.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, but fucking, what I was gonna say, I'm a privileged person. I live in America. I have access to grocery stores. I have access to fucking running water. I have it fucking good. You know what I'm saying? There's schools.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 7, or 7 and
There's
7.
education near me.
Education.
If I work for it, I can get it. I respect that.
You respect that?
There's places that don't have that.
I agree. I agree
All I
with
can
that.
do is
I
be
agree with that.
appreciative for what I have. I can't ask for more.
I can respect that.
I can't respect
I don't like
what
that
I
you're
have
in the
less.
military.
That's right.
That's kind of like, I mean, you get certain perks in
That's your
there.
opinion. That's your
It
opinion.
is my opinion.
Yeah,
But you're fighting for the enemy, though. That's what
That's
I believe.
right.
That's right.
You know what the military does, right? I mean, you're familiar with the military, sure. Go in different countries, bomb them, do all type of madness, steal gold and oil and all that. That's you.
That's me though.
That's you're signed up for it. You gotta do what
That's
they
right.
tell you to do, right?
Do you think that I did that myself?
No, I'm saying if they call you to do that, you're gonna do it, right?
Do you
They
think-
kill Muslims and whatever the case may be overseas, right? You're gonna do that.
You think that's my job though? Like,
That is
my
your job,
is-
to obey the government.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
So if the commander-in-chief tells the military to go back to Iraq and bomb people, you're gonna do that, right? Snipe people, that's what you're gonna do, right?
If they're in the wrong.
If they're in the wrong.
Yeah.
But they're gonna tell you that they're in the wrong automatically for you to convince you to do that.
What's your job?
Sorry?
What's your MOS?
Job in the
Oh,
military.
311, rifleman.
Rifleman. See,
Our brother was a rifleman too. But look, listen, man. Listen, The whole point is you're gonna follow orders, man. And the military, we already know what they have done for what they have done for the last couple campaigns, man. We already know what they. Do we think that you have done it? We don't know. We don't know.
I've never been asked to do that.
Exactly.
You haven't been on tour yet? You haven't been out of the country? Okay. Well, hey, eventually, like I said, World War III is brewing. And you know it's in the Bible as well, right?
What countries?
I went to Afghanistan. I went on a meal.
Okay, what meal? What, 11th? 31st?
31st.
31st? Yeah. Okay. So where'd you go on the 31st?
Went to a bunch of countries in the Middle East. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia.
Did you ever have to QRF in like a certain country, or were you just deployed in Afghanistan? That's where you were. You wanted patrols and stuff.
Yeah, basically. Yes, Afghanistan.
How was that experience for you?
I went through hell. I mean, I got blown up. I see people get blown up, lost their limbs, and became double amputees.
What about the people that joined with you? What do you think about them?
To tell you honest, I experienced a lot of racism.
Right.
I wasn't fucked with them, to be honest.
You didn't fuck with any of the people you served
I
with?
mean, of course, like my own people and whatnot that I had close bonds with, but there was a lot of racism in there for sure.
But do you think that if you went to any person in the service that you were with at the time, you could turn to your left or right and think they're going to save my life when it comes down to it?
Of course, though, but that doesn't change the fact that they treated me a certain way, though.
You didn't think that you can go to the left or right of yourself and say, oh yeah, this person has my back in a certain situation. They can hold me in a certain way. They think of me in a certain way, or they can do a favor for me. You can go to any person to your left or right of you.
Of course, because I mean, you're already stuck in that mentality. Like you have to look out for, you know what I'm saying, your counterpart.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But still, though, that doesn't change the fact about their upbringing.
It doesn't change the fact
A lot of
that
these people are racist.
right?
A lot of these people are racist.
It doesn't change the fact where they come from, what they learn, what they believe in. But do you think that your service and your experience could have changed some of the impact that they have on their lives, and changed like how you viewed them, or like how they viewed you? More importantly, you don't think that the fact that they can trust you with their life change you?
They still, I see people use the N-word. I see them call it spigs, wetbacks. Put all the people like that were people of color, and they have us do the worst shit, like fill up sandbags, all kind of shit.
Everyone fills sandbags.
They would always put them in the leadership buildings.
It's a sock.
What's wrong with being a leader?
Send it over.
Alright, I'm gonna leave soon, like. I just want to say I appreciate your time, sir.
Oh yeah, it's all good, man. Like I said,
I wish I honestly wish I could stay longer, speaking more about this. I'm learning a lot from you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm learning from you too. Like I said,
I appreciate
what I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 19, right?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have many. Are you from the Bay Area?
Yeah, open.
Oakland? Oh man, that's a revolutionary city. Like that's kind of crazy. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this. You don't have a lot of life experience, so and like I said, historically, you know a little bit out of history, but as far as just the way you're thinking, and it might be because of the military, who knows? Right?
No, I
because you
appreciate that. You're older than me. You have more experience than me, for sure.
I'm saying as far as what you're thinking, I'm just viewing it as a dialogue. Because you're asking my brother here about his military experience as well, and he's saying it's racist. But
absolutely,
we already know why, because we're in a subservient position to other white people. I'm pretty sure there's other black people that have been there 15, 20 years that earned their rank and moved up, whatever the case may be. That's automatic because you get rank as you pass tests. My family was in the military as well, or we're in the military, excuse me. So that just comes with the territory. You have a certain tenure and time frame in, you pass tests and you grow. That's just common sense in any job, whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying this, the morality of it. The American military, and this America itself was built off of violence and destruction. So that's all they know.
Yeah.
That's all Europeans know. If they want something, they're going to take it. They don't sign pieces of paper. That's why Putin is like, I'm not worried about the UN and NATO. Wait up. I'm going where I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. America's like, wait a minute. Like, I'm not sure if we can allow this, but guess what? If they step on that line, it's going to be a clash of all clashes.
And it's not his fault. He got some right to protect his borders. NATO has been breaking their word for the last 30 years, man. With their eastward expansion. After the Warsaw Pact, all those countries, every time one of those countries joined NATO, What do people say, man? I see what you're doing. Kept his mouth shut for 30 years, man. How many times you gonna poke a bear, man?
History repeats itself. I can't do nothing to protect that. All I can do is say, hey, I love my brothers and sisters.
This racism in the military, just for example, my brother got blown up. Do you think they gave him a Purple Heart? No. They gave it to a white man that threw his rifle on the ground.
Man.
A white man that threw his rifle to the ground and started crying, he got the Purple Heart. He did it.
That's crazy.
Is it about the medal wheel for you?
That's not the point. That's not even the point. You missed the point.
I'm not making a point.
You missed the point.
Recognition.
I get that.
Compassion.
Exactly. He's
Not
fighting,
the chance. They
and,
don't get
and,
the
and,
equal
and,
chance.
and that's why I brought up earlier about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Black people came from the Vietnam War.
Vietnam War.
We can't buy houses certain places. We get called, treated. There's videos on it right now.
I cannot speak of that Vietnam War.
But that's what you're about to go through.
I can't represent that.
You're about to. You're in it already.
The Vietnam War.
No, you're in the military.
Okay,
That's the history of the military. He was in the military how long ago? 10 years ago, right? 9 years ago. That wasn't that long ago. You're about to experience that eventually.
Vietnam was like 40 years ago. I can't speak
I'm not talking about Vietnam. I'm talking about the experiences of that time frame.
Yeah.
And 9 years ago, he experienced that same thing.
The same thing. The same reason I joined is to help people like that. Like, my whole reason
But that's
is to
not
help
the
people.
point. That's not the point.
Protect you people. Like,
You're not protecting anybody.
Protecting nobody. You're not protecting
You're not.
nobody.
You're not
here.
stopping cops from killing black people and Hispanics.
Right.
You're not doing that, brother. Are military people protecting black and Hispanics and gunned down by police? Of course
You're
not.
protecting
The-
government.
America doesn't need protection from anybody. Go ahead.
I did not join to fucking protect no fucking certain race. No
You just
fucking
said that.
I said you people, the people.
Civilians, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
But look, listen, you're not protecting no civilians. You're protecting governmental interests.
Sorry, I can't do everything. I can only do
No,
what I
but
can
you
do.
understand
We're not saying that
I'm
though.
one person.
We're just addressing the point that you're making, that you're protecting people in America. That's not what you're doing.
That's what
Whatever
my job
whatever the
is.
government wants you to do overseas, you're not doing it for American people. You're not.
For American
When 9/11 happened, you didn't protect the soul here. You went over there. That was a cover to put the IMF bank in the Middle East.
That's
to put
right.
it in debt. That's what happened.
That's
To
right.
steal their gold and oil. That's what happened. To destabilize the whole thing. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
I'm not gonna speak on that.
You're not gonna speak on it?
Listen,
Come on, brother.
Listen,
He's still
Jack,
under, he's
Jack,
still under
you gotta be honest,
uniform,
brother.
bro. You can't speak.
Were we in danger after 9/11? Really?
I'm not gonna argue about this, about like terrorism and all that. All I'm trying to say is like,
But were we being protected?
I'm not speaking on that. All I'm speaking is
But that's
why I
what
joined.
you signed up for, right? To
I
protect
signed up-
us, right?
Yes, that's
So
it.
when 9/11 happened, that's
It's not
when,
beyond that.
so how are you protecting us over there when you go overseas? How are you doing?
You think it'd be okay? Look, I'll keep it simple. You think it'd be okay if someone would be on that bus right over there? I think that terrorism's okay. I mean, just do whatever the fuck they want. Just blow that shit up. Kill someone. Have a gun on that
People
bus.
die every day.
That's not okay.
I'm not saying it's okay, but people die every day.
Okay, so you agree with me.
So how are you
It's not
protecting
okay.
that when you're overseas? That's my question.
Stop those, like, cell groups.
Let me ask you a question.
So good
I'm not
to
part of the
hear.
police.
Let me ask you a question.
I can't do everything. Look, I'm just trying to do my part.
I understand you're sitting.
Like-
I understand that. I'm letting you know
Yeah.
that the military, they separated the military from being on the American soil, right? Posse Comitatus, you familiar with that? Posse Comitatus, you familiar with that? The military can't operate on American soil. You're familiar with that, right? Look up Posse Comitatus. That's why the military
Look,
is
that
giving.
was like one of the last posts I was trying to make. Like, I gotta go. Fucking,
Listen, we can go all night, but
I know we
it's,
can.
It's,
I know
all,
we
it's all
can.
good, brother. It's all good. It's all good.
I appreciate everything.
Oh yeah, it's all good, bro.
All right, Jay.
We just want you to expand your horizon. That's all we're doing.
I appreciate it a lot.
Hey man, hopefully you can get out. Hopefully you can get out of the military scot free, clean bill of health, all that type of stuff. Because like I said, the way we grow up, just to the last point, the way we grow up in America, we don't see that type of violence. So when you go over there and see that, it messes you up. People, that's where PTSD comes from. We're not used to people getting shot in front of us on a day-to-day basis, getting blown up. That's what I'm saying. Hearing loud noises, people get bugged the hell out when they come back, commit suicide, and then there was a point in time. I'm not sure if you know the VA hospital, right? The VA hospital was basically putting off these appointments for certain military vets to where hundreds of them started dying committing suicide because they couldn't get help.
22 a day or so.
Yeah, it was a certain point in time when the VA wasn't doing their job to a military, which, I mean, the VA hospitals just for the military. That's what it's made for. The military was coming to the VA hospital, asking them for certain benefits, things like that, to capitalize off of which are allowed to, because obviously that's my parents and my aunts were in the military, they worked there as well. They're not getting seen, and they're ending up dying for their ailments or committing suicide for their mental health. And that's what you're talking about. So when you go over there, you see certain things, you go through certain things, you're gonna have a whole new outlook on life when you come back here because it's not the same.
Hopefully not.
That's my prayer for you. If you go, I'm definitely praying for you, brother. You my people. I love you. I'm warning you. I'm gonna tell you too, whether you like it or not. That's my job.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that as well. Like I said, we just hit it. Impart wisdom on you. Like I said, we're gonna hear you out. Vice versa, have a dialogue. I know your brother Chan or your buddy Chan with you. You know, whatever the case may be. We gonna say our piece, you say your piece, and it's all good, man. You know. But like I said, I hope you get out of the military with a clean bill of health. That's all I can say.
That's all I can help for.
How long you plan on staying here for?
If it's right for me, I'll stay 20 years.
You don't want to do another job though?
I mean, I have plans for another job. I'm actually going to college next year.
I mean, they got good benefits.
Yeah, exactly. You get free college and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though you don't want to be on the ground like doing that combat. You don't want to do that.
That's the thing. I'm not there for the combat against other people.
I'm not saying no. I'm
here to help our people. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
I'm sure a lot of people started.
And I'm not saying our people in like a certain like type of person. I'm just saying.
I know, just America.
Exactly. That's all I'm here for.
No, I'm saying though, but you say,
deeper,
but you're a rifleman though. That's what I'm saying. You're going to be in that line.
That's my job.
Fire.
0311. Like.
I know that, but I'm saying though, you can get out of that particular field and go to a different field, a more technological field or mechanical field. You know what I mean?
But you're still,
to keep yourself out of harm's way.
But you're still at the same time, what's it called, contributing to all that madness. My whole point is, do your little 2, do your little 4, get up out, man, because this is some crazy times we're living in right now.
And you know the Bible prophesies about
what's
who
happening
the world calls
right
Christ
now.
coming back and fighting against the militaries of the world, right?
About Ezekiel 38 is happening right now.
Exactly. You got a flyer, brother? Jack, you got a flyer, right? What do you ask him?
He said, would I change my LOA? I was like, of course.
That shit sucks, right?
It sucks, yeah.
It sucks ass. Fuck the field, right?
But like my brother mentioned, bro, like they didn't. I just recently got service connected, bro. 100% service connected. Like last year. It took that long for me to get service.
See what I mean? They holding out on the benefits because they know they got to give up. Give that certain percentage of disability so you can get some benefits. So I'm just saying,
you get a flyer?
Just like I didn't get a flyer. Like if you go online, look up Ezekiel 38 prophecy.
Yeah.
And it's talking about Russia. Yeah. The Bible talks about Russia, which is called Gog and Magog in the Bible, and how they're going to go to war. Chief Prince of Meshach, which is whoever the Lord is.
Name of Moscow.
Yeah. So the Bible talks about all the stuff that's happening right now. So if we go on our page, the main page, SICARII, we go into the prophecy, we go into the history, all that type of stuff, where it correlates with the Bible history and prophecy about what's happening with Russia and NATO and the UN, which is also called War and things like that. So, like the carpenters, what's the carpenters?
That's a brick.
Or the brick and the what's it called? The 4 horns. Excuse me. But yeah, like it's deep, bro. Trust me. You gotta take baby steps, but the main objective for us is to tell you that you're an Israelite. You gotta keep the laws of God, the will of God, and that's where it starts. And everything gonna start rolling downhill. You're gonna start opening up your eyes to certain things. Like hopefully by the time, I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, when the end gonna come, but I'm not sure if you can get out of the military in time. But guess what? I would prefer you to get out of the military because you can still be a civilian working a military job technically. So I would definitely let you know I would prefer that part in the future. Because you can still go to school off your dime and out of a discharge or whatever. But long story short, you don't want to be in the military when all hell breaks loose. Because you're gonna be fighting against God's will, and you're not gonna win. But yeah, brother, we don't want to keep you. All right, Jack, man, be safe, man. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, brother.
Educating me. I appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely, definitely, man.
Thank you, sir.
I think yeah, definitely. Do some more research. Be out here every week if you got time. We live in Oakland still? Okay. We'll be out here every week. I'm not sure if you're going to swing by, but like, be out here every Saturday, man.
All right, Jack, you have a good night.
You too.
right, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
I'll see you.
And with that, I mean, just a small recap. That brother don't know enough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Con.
He's fighting for white people. Give me that Isaiah 13 and 15. That's what I wanted. Because he's about to get himself in trouble spiritually for joining hand in hand with this damn white man, man. It's not a good look. Like I said, he tried to. I don't know what he tried to talk to Zach about. Because Zach ain't no fool no more. He was a fool back then, but he's not a fool now. You know, and Most High brought him out of that military service, like I said, in a clear state of mind, and then brought him into this truth to know, hey, like, we trying to steer clear of that. Right. You don't want to be the one to fight against the powers that are the Most High heavenly hosts, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 13:15.
Uh-huh.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Everyone that's found will be thrust through who?
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
If you join into this heathen and this beast system, the American military, you're gonna die, man.
That's right.
That's what it says. All right. Like I said, you've been in 2 years. You got another 2 years to go. Who knows what happened within that time frame? Like I said, you got to be a lapdog to them. Whatever they say, when they tell you to jump, you gonna jump. Go to Afghanistan, you gonna go to Afghanistan. You're gonna fight. You said the cells that the CIA, coerced. Everybody knows that. Biden, no, not Biden. What's the other dude, that presidential candidate? That was from Arizona. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The presidential candidate from Arizona? What's his name?
What ticket was he on?
It was 4 years ago.
Democrat?
I think it was Republican.
That'd be a Republican.
Arizona, yeah. Republican from Arizona. He took a picture with some of the Al Qaeda. How do you do that? At a
CIA before or something?
I'm not sure. But I forgot his name, but it was a former presidential candidate that took a picture with the Al Qaeda. Like, how does that even make sense? And then, mysteriously, the military left all these military gear to the Al Qaeda, Taliban. Now everybody got to get dispersed. We got to run from the Taliban because they got all this military weapons. Like, how? Like, that was done on purpose because the CIA funded that madness, and he's a part of that now. He got to fight against these same splinter cells that the American government set up. But anyways, we got to pray for that brother. That brother's in trouble, literally.